Central Kenya will be a key determinant on who becomes the fifth president of Republic of Kenya. While this is an area that have produced the first and the third and the fourth president of Kenya, in 2022 this year, it is time for them to pass the baton to some other people. But at the end of the day, they stand a big chance to decide on who inherits the house that they have been inheriting for better part of the year since our independence. President Uhuru Kenyatta got into a coalition with William Ruto in 2013. And by that time, the agreement was kumi yangu, kumi yako. After 2017 general election, Uhuru found a new friend, Raila Odinga, and a handshake was birthed. The handshake gave birth to a Building Bridges initiative, but in the long run, President Uhuru Kenyatta was deemed to support Raila Odinga. In his own words, Uhuru have actually maintained that Deputy President ran away from the government, and now instead of supporting him to redeem the pledges that he promised Kenyans, Ruto went on to start early campaigns. We were made to believe that maybe the difference or the problem between Uhuru and Ruto was because of the early campaigns. But then, smart Ruto got away with it, and he came up with hustler versus dynasty narrative. Before Uhuru and Raila knew, UDA party was already making waves in central Kenya. And as people still continue to think about what to do, the Building Bridges initiative that brought together Raila and Uhuru was stopped by the High Court. Guys, do you think William Ruto is going to be the fifth president of Kenya? Or it is Raila Odinga? Because in my own perspective, the president is going to come from those two gentlemen. In the Jubilee party, the purge went on there, and William Ruto was locked out of the party by Rafael Tuju and David Murathe. And in their own words, they've insisted that their role in the Jubilee party of 2017 was to make sure that they showed William Ruto the door. Really true to that word, they showed William Ruto the door. In this video, I am going to analyze about President Uhuru Kenyatta's master plan to kick out William Ruto from central Kenya and take charge of the Agikuyu vote. Guys, if you're new to this channel, kindly take a second and subscribe. Then look at the notification button, make sure you click it so that YouTube will notify you. And again, I want to say thank you for our subscribers. You guys are making this channel be what it is. Let's get back to the discussion. And let me ask a question. Do you think William Ruto is irreplaceable in central Kenya? I have listened to UDA leaders saying that central Kenya don't even need to get worried of a running mate because already they have a candidate in the name of William Samoei Ruto. Hold on. Nyeri Town MP Ngunjiri Wambugu is been so silent for better part of this year. But now today, he came out and said that Uhuru Kenyatta is planning to tour the central Kenya. That one came barely a day after Maina Kamanda, who was also being interviewed in Kameme, also said that Uhuru Kenyatta was planning the tour. So this is how it's going to be done. Raila Odinga is going to tour the central Kenya next week, probably from Tuesday, and there are plans for him to tour Murang'a, Nyeri, Meru, and parts of Laikipia. Then after that, I think Raila is just going to warm the ground. After that, Uhuru Kenyatta is supposed to go and again tour the area. What I'm not sure is whether they are going to collide, whether Uhuru will go after Raila or at some point, for the first time, Uhuru will go with Raila. If you ask me, if Uhuru is to endorse Raila Odinga publicly, then he needs to go with him in central Kenya. But that is my opinion. In Enyewe, I don't know about it. Now, guys, I have 5 strategies that I really think and have seen, observed, that are being implemented or executed by Uhuru Kenyatta to lock William Ruto from central Kenya. But before I even tell you that, why do you think the central Kenya voters endure themselves to William Ruto? Let me use this analogy. I have a friend of mine who works in Nyeri. He's called Mark. Mark was my classmate back in Papnyadian Primary School. That is Sierra County. And we also went to the same secondary school. And yeah, that's not really important. Then Mark works in Nyeri. Mark tells me that, bro, how watu, they just like huyu Jalango. And essentially, so I asked Mark why. He tells me this person, they talk about the kumi, the pledge of kumi kumi. Pia wanasema the issue of underdevelopment, eti hawajaona nini because development nyingi zimeenda Nyanza and all that. So I know that in President Uhuru Kenyatta's mind, he must get to the root cause. Why? How did Ruto get the loophole to inherit the central Kenya, or rather to inherit the mountain? My number one observation, and it's a criteria that Uhuru Kenyatta is using, is accommodating UDA defectors. Let's go to Kirinyaga, where Purity Ngirishi had been quoting William Ruto for the last 4 years. But then Anne Waiguru ditched Jubilee and joined UDA. And that occasioned the exit of Purity Ngirishi. Purity Ngirishi and Anne Waiguru are actually eyeing the same seat. So what happened? Purity Ngirishi came out to say that UDA party demanded a whopping 200 million from her, and actually for her to get the UDA ticket. But then she had just to defect. The other day, we saw Purity Ngirishi meeting President Uhuru Kenyatta, talking and really sharing some light moment. Then Purity Ngirishi have opted for Moses Kuria's party, Chama cha Kazi. I think she's just hanging there, waiting for Jubilee to reorganize. Sabina Chege have joined also Chama cha Kazi. So, and I can tell you that there are more people who are in Jubilee who are going to lose the nomination, and they will be accommodated in these other parties. So how Uhuru have actually helped these defectors is because I want to tell you here, Chama cha Kazi party leader Moses Kuria and Uhuru Kenyatta are one and the same thing. And because even Uhuru knows that Jubilee party, whatever is remaining there, is a skeleton, he has actually supported the Chama cha Kazi so that it can also be an alternative house for leaders who doesn't feel comfortable to go back to Jubilee party. And in the long run, what that is going to mean, Purity Ngirishi is going to campaign William Ruto in Kirinyaga. And I can assure you here that unless magic happens, Purity Ngirishi is going to win Kirinyaga gubernatorial seat because she has the support of the president. I know I'm really waiting for that tour to see who are the leaders that are going to be in President Uhuru Kenyatta's itinerary, inner circle, that convoy. Who are the people she's going to work with? So just by that, she's also locking, he's locking Ruto from the central Kenya. The other strategy that I've realized that Uhuru Kenyatta is using is not a good one, but he's trying to intimidate William Ruto leaders from central Kenya. The other day, Rigathi Gachagua and Mutahi Kahiga. Rigathi Gachagua is Madeira MP, Mutahi Kahiga is the governor for Nyeri. Both of them were grilled at the DCI so that they can answer questions that are related to the issues of the death of the former governor, Gakuru. And that was so out there in black and white that, you know what, they have been complaining. Leaders that are allied towards William Ruto have been complaining that they've been receiving threats, harassment, and corruption cases thrown their way. I think Rigathi Gachagua cannot even count how many times he was being arrested on Friday to be charged on Monday. So you will see that as we get towards July and actually towards June, these other cheerleaders around William Ruto will start developing cold feet because they will be realizing that, you know what, we are not going to form the next government. All indications are that President Uhuru Kenyatta is managing his succession politics. The third way that Uhuru Kenyatta is devising to make sure that he kicks out William Ruto from the central Kenya completely is to explain the fallout between him and the deputy. The other day I was talking to a friend who told me, and he's a Kikuyu, who told me, it's called Wahome. Wahome told me that the moment Uhuru Kenyatta is going to speak to Kikuyu in their own language and tell them his problem with William Ruto, if he delivers that message and it is convincing, he's going to attach it with Raila Odinga's candidature, William Ruto will be locked out from central Kenya. I know this is very unpopular opinion because other people have actually ran with the narrative saying that Uhuru Kenyatta have lost grip of the central Kenya. Me, I want to disagree with that. So, Uhuru Kenyatta need to explain. But then there was a question. What hasn't he said about William Ruto? What is this new thing that is going to take there? If it is about him not supporting him in government, he has mentioned. If it is about the early campaigns, opposing the early campaigns, he has mentioned. If it is about William Ruto sabotaging his BBI agenda, he has mentioned. Now, there really need to be a last-minute bombshell, a last-minute card that really will convince the mountain that William Ruto is their enemy. So, if you ask me, which one is that? I don't know. I'm really waiting to hear what Uhuru Kenyatta is going to say. But if I throw my guess, then I don't think there is nothing out of the moon. Uhuru Kenyatta is simply going to tell the mountain that we are safe with Raila Odinga, let's vote in Raila Odinga. I don't think it is going to be a negative narrative. There is any negative narrative that he can drive and successfully eject William Ruto from central Kenya completely. But he's going to reduce that influence. And what is going to happen with this? I want to tie this because he's also going to tell Ruto, not to take credit on Jubilee successes. Because I think this is something that he has mentioned, that on the other hand, unasema serikali ni mbaya. On the other hand, you're supporting the government. Ukienda mahali unasema tumefanya, but on the other hand, when you come back to Sugoi, you oppose the same government. So I think really that is something that President will do to make sure that he completely locks out William Ruto from that place. Now, lastly, Uhuru Kenyatta have been so calm, and he played a very good card just to allow William Ruto for direct confrontation. So I think William Ruto also is kicking himself from central Kenya by allowing the direct confrontation with President Uhuru Kenyatta. Yes, he cannot go public and say that Uhuru did this and did that. But if you look at the way Rigathi Gachagua, the way Ndingi Nyoro, the way Kimani Ichung'wah, when they come in podium and speak, and they seem to point a finger to President Uhuru Kenyatta, that is the direct confrontation. Because that direct confrontation is what other political pundits argue as disrespect. to the president. So what I think president is also going to do is that this was my deputy, but he disrespected me. You understand? He disrespected me, and maybe this is why it's not going to happen. So because let me tell you, if Uhuru endures himself to the central Kenya and takes charge of central Kenya politics, then I can assure you that any other person that that will go against Uhuru Kenyatta's wish is going to be seen as a betrayer and someone who is also disrespecting the president. I really believe that that is a card that Uhuru Kenyatta is going to play. The last card that is going to play is the 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. That was in the spirit of BBI. And you know, I have listened to William Ruto campaigns in Central. He has actually kept off that conversation. He doesn't mention about that 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. But I think if there is something that Central Kenya voters really understood is that mtu moja, shilingi moja, kura moja. To mean we have a very big vote basket, so even the revenue sharing formula should favor us so that it's proportional to the population. This is something that is going to sink. I can assure you. This is going to sink. And actually, Uhuru will tell the Kikuyu voters to ask Ruto that what is his plan for them in relation to the 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. That is my perspective of that. As we look forward to Uhuru Kenyatta's tour in central Kenya, we are not sure. Guys, do you think he should go with Raila Odinga or it is still too early? And then secondly, do you think that Uhuru Kenyatta can dislodge William Ruto from central Kenya? Do you think that can happen? Ask yourself those questions. Let's meet at the comment section and tell us what you think about this. Thank you very much for watching, and also kindly make sure you subscribe. Give us your feedback. Tomorrow we are waiting for the earthquake from the